kariana na waiarotarua whiti ata koa hine marina nei e hine o ki maira come te ahoy. G'day. Now you miss me being whistled at by all these boys. Oh, you've got them. See, I insist that these lads whistle at me because I'm worth it. And I've got one of them goes, so cute. And the guy up in the crate, oh, he's facing the wrong way at the moment, hanging out of the crate up there, whistling at me. Just imagine if I'd shut my door, it would be so hot in there. Oh look, got a message. Hello, sweetheart. My name's Jennifer and I've come to Wellington to take the government to court for crimes against democracy. I have been working towards this for many years, including being on the streets to teach human rights a few years ago, and I've travelled all over New Zealand in the last year teaching human rights and democracy, and I have now parked here mostly because I was in trouble for not having warrants, and I grabbed the first flat car park I could find. I'm parked in the very middle of the city, fabulous place to park. I've got showers, toilet, places to wash my clothes, lots of company, supermarket, everything's right here. After spending 9 months travelling all over New Zealand from the bottom of the South Island to Kaitaia at the top of the North Island, I've landed in Stout Street in Wellington. The community that's developed around me, just being parked here, and the support I get and the friendship I have been shown by complete strangers. I don't know anybody in Wellington that I've known before, except a couple of people, but everyone else is a new friend. And this is what New Zealanders are like. Anywhere I'd parked in New Zealand, this is the sort of treatment that I get from New Zealanders. Anybody would get from New Zealanders. They're fabulous people. You love them, they love you. It's great. Addressed to Loophole. Isn't that fun? I get official information now to address to Loophole, and I've just taken all the remittance slips off because I can't see what to do about not paying. It says apply to the bailiff, so I've just said, hi bailiff, I'd like an extension to pay my fines. Thank you, Jane. Not my problem now. Well, it's never my problem, but now it's definitely not.
I just thought she was a traveller, you know, running away from New Zealand. I didn't actually know what her purpose was, but yeah, just let her be, you know. I wasn't sure of what she was about, but she's enjoying being over there. Good for her, you know.
I suppose it gives you a counter perspective in a way of all these business people running around feeling incredibly important, possibly. And it just is, at least as much as I can see, it seems to be a different sort of a life. And she all seems to be quite happy.
But I just walked past and I realised she had a plant in her car, very much like me, and I thought that was quite cute. Not many people have it, and of course she painted her house truck, which is a nice touch.
I live a very spiritual journey, so I have stopped being on a benefit so that the media can't say sickness beneficiary and put me down. I came off that at the end of September, so I've had 23 cents in the bank since the beginning of October, and still have 23 cents in the bank. I haven't found anything to spend it on yet. I live by people supporting me because they believe in the human rights and democracy, people giving to me because I've given to them, or I give to them because they've given to me. Like I said, I live a very spiritual life. I haven't locked a door in a house that I've lived in for many years, just because I don't like the feeling of fear, so I won't live in fear. So I don't never lock the truck. In fact, the keys are in the ignition and have been since since I've ever had the truck. The keys have stayed in the ignition. So I'm living here in a house truck with a Morris Minor on a trailer and an old bicycle in the middle of Wellington CBD, Stout Street, fighting the council and so far avoiding being towed away, which has been 19 weeks this coming Friday. I don't know what date that is. The purpose of my life by being here is to affect change by networking. I speak to everybody all the time, everybody. I'm here up in the middle of the night. I'm always, very often if you walk past, you'll see people here who are interested, occasionally somebody who is angry about something and wants to be angry with me, but that's all right too. They very rarely stop to talk, which is a shame, because I might be able to persuade them not to be angry. Well, not about me anyway, but that's how it goes.
I think New Zealand is long overdue for someone like Jennifer, actually. The things that she's down here standing up for, like things like democracy and human rights, are something that, while we claim that we have good human rights in this country, it's really a joke. And so she's here to sort that all out. And I fully support her in everything that she does here.
Hey, I'm Robert. I met Jennifer through Philip. I always see her walking past the piker, and I thought she's a bit weird, a lady walking past all the time. I was wondering what she was up to, and I got to know her a bit better. Found out that she was parked up just over the road. I only have a small idea of what Jennifer's doing. Good on her, but unfortunately in New Zealand I don't think one person's going to make a big change like that. But I do support what she's doing.
I'm having a bit of trouble with the council, and they know I've got my darling Daisy, and I'm not. They've been doing some pretty silly things, and I'd hate them to report me as having a firearm and anything to happen, because they know I do have in my vehicle, in my house truck. So I wondered if I could leave it here so I don't have a firearm until...
We're there to do an armed surrender form, but cross it.
Slug, yeah.
Yeah, just cross out the full disposal. Do you want to pick it up later?
Yes, if I could.
Oh, sorry. It's just not. Hi, Helen. It's Kelly from Ground Floor Reception. I've got Jennifer here who'd like to see you.
Yes, and
My name's Jonathan.
So you're here to see Holman,
but
yes.
I'm pretending to be Holman today.
Oh right, you're doing very well too.
Oh, thank you.
Have you noticed you're not live?
No, I dropped by your truck the other day and I knocked on your door, but you were
I
there.
can't have been there. Oh, I'm pleased you tried to pop in. This is my document here.
So you're here to talk about parking tickets, I assume?
Not at all. No, I'm here to
democracy?
talk. No, I'm here to talk about the report I had through my network that you lot think you're going to get rid of me this week. So I thought, well, this is going to be an interesting discussion. So I came to see what mischief you're up to now.
Hi there.
Hi. Richard.
Do you need me? Yeah, I can come in. This is Jennifer
Come
Graham.
in.
Famous Jennifer.
Yes.
Only in your mind, but yes, thank you.
I'm Richard McLeod from Council
I
Communications.
know you are. How do you do?
Good. I'm fine.
A word about you as some of your statements, young man. Outright lies. I'm not sure that there's terribly many laws that allow it, but you seem to think that you're above them. The reason that I'm doing all of this is that I believe in trying to change the collective consciousness of the world. And spiritually, people have been trying it for a long time, and people won't do this and won't do that. So I thought if we do it politically, and we have got good cases against our government for not being democratic, once we've forced democracy in New Zealand, or as close to it as we can, so that people are feeling happy, so they become productive, and they don't go about their government, but wow, look what our government's doing for us, then we'll change the collective consciousness of New Zealand. And once other democracies in the world discover that they can get democracy, they can make their parliaments look after them, then they'll either take them to court, or the parliaments will be clever enough to change before they're taken to court. So other so-called democracies in the world will force change in the countries, and so the collective consciousness will change there. And when I'm an international public speaker, I'll be able to get that message across as well. I have very strong spirit guides, and I do believe that they'll have it all worked out and that they want me to work the best I can.
Eventually we're going to have to do something which may involve throwing you away.
These are the letters I've received from council, all about all sorts of fascinating things of, you know, wherefores and hereafters. The notice of fine are from the courts informing me how much money I owe and that the bailiff may seize my vehicles to pay for them. There's $2,500 there.
I get used to this camera at the rally.
How long are you going to stay? I have the door open because it's a bit hot in here. There's very little ventilation.
I first met Jennifer about 5 months ago, which it was about 2 weeks after she started living there, and I met her through my friend, and the instant I met her I just fell in love with her, which I think is what most people do with Jennifer. As soon as they meet her they can't help but love her. She's just one of those people, and she's just got this aura of loveliness. You know, you hear that these street kids and all sorts of people call her auntie, and it's just what she is. She's just an amazing, amazing lady, and she's always so happy and cheerful and complimenting everyone. And I think that it's so nice to have someone like that in Wellington, where people are walking around generally sort of head to the ground, not acknowledging anyone else, and she just calls out, "Lovely shit, darling," or whatever she does. And I just think that it's really refreshing to have someone with that kind of outlook on life.
I meet Jennifer on the street because I was walking up in Tondorn. I pass it a lot of time. One day I decide I'm going make a stop and ask her a little bit what about she doing. So I start to be positive, but because I stay without job and of course without money, I must paying rent, buy food, of course. I collapsed. I was like depressed, negative. Everything what came from my mouth, it was negative thought. And of course Jennifer met me with a few people. So Jennifer and Les, there was something special. I don't know, I can't say that. They just helped me. They start working with me. So of course it's up on me what I'm going to do. But of course I decide I'm going to be positive.
In Māori term, she's got a lot of tautoko, which is support. She gives out a lot of support, and she's been there through me through a couple of rough times, and now they're all good.
So that's the
Oh, okay.
that's the
so
next
I don't
bundle. I'm not aware of any other loopholes that apply, and it's absolutely up to you to tell us what that loophole is. Yeah.
Well, the plan at the moment is I'm going to just live on the street. So I've got these fabulous big suitcases because I've got so much stuff. And I'll just live on the streets and see what happens next. I don't even know where I'm going to live on the streets yet, but I'll find somewhere. Or something else might turn up. I've got a week. Anything can happen in a week. Fermi oro fani, fermi oro and ho, sad am I without thee. Da 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 dee 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 dee. Da 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 dee dee dee. Do 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 da 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 dee 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 dee. Oh, I'll take the high road and you'll take the low road. I'll be in Scotland afore ye. For me and my true love will never meet again on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when we're perfect in every way. We can't wait to look in the mirror, 'cause we get better looking each day. To know us is to love us, and we live in a beautiful land. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, but we're doing the best that we can. New national anthem for New Zealand.